Okay. Mayor and city manager. He's good. How many faces he's got?
Did someone you? I hope so. Are you the person?
I am not.
Are you Jay?
I am not. I'm the son.
Hi, Rick. Okay. Oh, terrific. Terrific.
I will be.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Are we ready? Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Marsicano, and I have the privilege of serving as President and CEO of Foundation for the Carolinas. Thank you for joining us today for this launch of a community-wide fund to aid those affected by the rapid spread of COVID-19. I think I speak for everyone here when I say no one imagined just a few weeks ago that we would be here today responding to this unforeseen need. But it's a testament to the resilience and generosity of our community that we are responding so quickly. And it's with great admiration and respect for leadership in our corporate, philanthropic, nonprofit sectors, and city and county government entities that I can say I am confident we will get through this challenge united and with many lessons learned. The term social distancing, which we are all modeling today, has now become commonplace as we engage as a community in trying to reduce the spread of the coronavirus. But the more we are forced to stay away from one another, the more we are reminded of how close we all truly are. I'm sure it's a lesson we'd all prefer not to learn this way, but we have shown in the past that this community emerges from a crisis stronger than before, and I am confident that that will be the case with COVID-19.
My name is Laura Yates Clark, and I am the President and CEO of United Way of Central Carolinas. As Michael said, we are here today to respond to a growing need. That's why I'm pleased to announce that the United Way of Central Carolinas and Foundation for the Carolinas are partnering to launch the COVID-19 Response Fund. This fund will support a range of nonprofits that are serving the people most impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. Already we see the need. Local agencies and nonprofits are feeling the strain to deal with increased demand and a changing working environment. As the local economy tightens, those without insurance face additional challenges getting the care they need, workers are asked to stay home, and school cancellations have caused significant disruption for our children and families. That's why this fund will assist individuals directly through nonprofits that are helping not just those who get sick, but also those who are economically impacted. The COVID-19 Response Fund will be administered through a partnership between the Foundation for the Carolinas and United Way in close coordination with the City of Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, and philanthropic leaders. It is important to note that the fund will not be limited to United Way agencies. Grants will be awarded by a citizens committee of community leaders and will be open to any agency that meets the eligibility criteria. The Citizens Committee may elect to make grants directly to organizations based on the urgency of the need or through a competitive grant-making process. Details regarding the grants program will be forthcoming as fundraising efforts continue. But if you want to contribute to the fund today, please give by visiting www.helpclt.org.
Now, I have the privilege of introducing two extraordinary leaders who will join us for a special announcement. Doug Lebda, founder and CEO of Lending Tree, is someone who I did not even know personally before this weekend, when he reached out with an offer to help and lead the way. I have come to know his heart and values, and they are so perfectly aligned with the passion of this day. Mayor Lyles, on the other hand, is usually one of the first people I call for almost anything because she is such an iconic leader. Doug and Vi, we welcome you to the podium.
It's great to be here, and I have watched this on the equivalent of local C-SPAN many times. Probably one of the only people who do that. And it's awesome. And I cannot thank enough for everybody in public service who gives their time and energy to this. In 1997, when I started Lending Tree, I could have gone into any city, and I decided based on the data that I wanted to go to Charlotte. In the last 72 hours, in the midst of our own company facing a coronavirus crisis, in the midst of what everybody else is going on, I had an idea, and it turned out that Mike Marscano had the same idea. And so I have witnessed the most entrepreneurial, get stuff done effort that I have seen maybe in my lifetime in the last 3 days. I'm not going to mention everybody who was part of it because I will forget some, but trust me, it's our board members, it is Republicans, it is Democrats, it is nonprofits, it is everybody. And I think as a country and as a city, now's the time to pull together. And when I came here, Charlotte was a place where when things happen, you put aside your daggers and everybody gets together and we all solve problems. And my hope is that we're putting in $1 million today to start this. My hope is that other companies will put in $1 million plus to help Charlotte. And my dream is that everybody who's a client of Lending Tree outside of Charlotte will also start coming in. And we've got the best mayor and this guy to help go get it done. And I am so thrilled to help start this. And this has shown me exactly what Charlotte is all about, that we can come together, make things happen, and help our community. And I'm just so honored to know these people. I'm so honored to know their hearts. And Vi, I can't say anything else other than I am honored to be one of your citizens in this city, and I've appreciated everything we've done together. And you are a champion of the people of this city. And I think that's where we need to focus. And what Michael and I, when we started this, we want to make sure this money gets to the people who need help, that are not infected by this virus, but are affected by this virus through their work. And that's what our company's about, and that's what the city's about, and I'm thrilled to be part of it. Thank you.
So Doug has done something that I think is excellent, exceptional, awesome, all of those words that we use. But he's done it for a particular reason. He knows people in this community are going to have issues and problems, the things that we are adjusting to. And so I would like to invite to the podium to speak to you Pedro and Perez from Charlotte Family Housing, to give you a sense of what Doug is trying to do, which is reach directly the people that are going to be in greatest need.
And I'm going to chime in because I love your organization, and by the grace of God and good luck, we happened upon each other at a fundraiser. And since I've known your organization aligns with financial literacy and how we can build people up in this community in a way that I can't even imagine. So thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you, Doug, and thank you, Your Honor. It is a great privilege for me to be here. Charlotte Family Housing serves working families that are experiencing homelessness. On top of their crisis, as they're working every single day to try and make ends meet, they find themselves not being able to afford a place to live. What we do in a 3-phase program is we first put them in shelter. Our shelter right now is full of families and children. Once they have completed the shelter phase, they go into the subsidized housing phase. When they graduate from the subsidized housing phase, they go into unsubsidized housing because they have now are able to support themselves. They have learned financial literacy, they have improved their income, but imagine what is happening now. On top of that crisis, they are going to suffer even more stress, even more trauma than they have suffered before. Their children are suffering. This is the challenge we now have as a nonprofit. How do we help them get through this pandemic? How do we help them move into housing and sustain that housing? How do we keep them in the shelter? How do we afford to help them help themselves? We try to empower these families. They are hardworking people. Every single day, some of them are working 2 jobs at minimum wage, and yet they can't make ends meet, and now some of those jobs will be closing. Now some of those industries will be laying them off because they have to, because of social distancing. Yes, we should engage in social distancing, but we are a community. And as such, we should come together to serve those folks that are doing everything they can to change their lives for themselves and for their children. I do want you to contribute to this. If you have the heart, the mind, and the soul, and recognize what is going on for your own lives, imagine what's going on for these people's lives who serve you food, who drive your buses, who might be a bank teller, a teacher. You never know who might be a working family that's homeless. They might be your neighbor. Please help. Charlotte Family Housing and the other agencies we partner with, Habitat for Humanity, the Men's Shelter, the Salvation Army, and so many others. And I want to thank the Foundation for the Carolinas for doing this as well. This is an incredible opportunity, an incredible gift that we're being given. And we welcome the opportunity to submit a grant so that we can help more families maintain their homes, keep their family together, and move forward with their lives as we all try to navigate this pandemic. I want to thank you very much.
So, you know, I often speak about Charlotte's public-private partnerships and their values. Fortunately, today, we see these partnerships at work. Our community has come together in the past, has embraced the philosophy of economic mobility, including the city's priority for affordable housing. Today, we're going to rely on those partnerships that we've worked with in the past to assist us at the most crucial time in our community's history, when public health is a risk during this global pandemic. Fortunately, the very strong bonds that we have standing here today, Lending Tree, the Foundation for the Carolinas, United Way, and the Charlotte City Council, we are going to begin to make a difference here. This community-minded business of Lending Tree and the Charlotte City Council are making a strong commitment to do what's best for the people of our community. And once again, we're stepping up to support our efforts to reduce the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Now, while we're discussing the limits of this disease or what this disease can mean, I want to again stress the recommendations that we have of the World Health Organization, the CDC, the governor's regulations, and the local health department declarations. We must continue to follow those guidelines. We must keep each other as well and safe as possible. And then for the leadership in this city, as mayor and the members of the Charlotte City Council stand behind this effort, solely focused on what's best for all of us, particularly the people that we serve. We're constantly monitoring, constantly in contact with the governor. We're constantly talking with our public health department, with the federal administration. We've had countless phone calls, so many discussions, all about how are we going to be there for those in the most need as a result of this pandemic. Today is an opportunity to exhibit the real purpose of government which is to protect the well-being of our residents in situations like this one. And that is why I am so happy to announce that the Charlotte City Council will match $1 million to the Lending Tree generous gift. You know the value of working together. We've come together today to do what is needed, to protect our residents, and to continue to be the best city in this country, or one of them. So thank you for being here. Thank you for covering this. All of the things that are so important to get done. We need your financial support for this fund, and we need you to take care of each other. Thank you very much.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Doug Lebda in a very personal way, sir. The Lending Tree Foundation for their generosity and leadership on this issue. During every major crisis our community has faced, we collectively like to see which leader will be the first to respond. And I'm thrilled it was Doug and Lending Tree stepping forward first. And get this, they called us. We didn't call them. It doesn't get much better than having an unsolicited philanthropic gift. I look forward to seeing who will join Doug and his team at Lending Tree. I also want to thank Mayor Lyles and her fellow council members. I'm not used to having them at my back. I like to think I try to have their back. And, anyway, it's an extremely important public-private partnership because the moment truly calls for all of us to do our part. Public health is an area that affects everyone, and the safety and well-being of our loved ones is an issue that unites us all. City Council members, we have been here before, we have done great things together, and your vote of confidence in our work once again is most appreciated. Because of the generosity of Lending Tree and the City of Charlotte, we can start responding and helping those in need soon. As we have seen the last few weeks when it comes to COVID-19, the speed of response, is invaluable. The same will be true for the speed of the recovery. So I urge all of you watching on TV, online, to please give. Visit helpclt.org today. Or if you're giving as a corporation or foundation, contact Catherine Warfield with the foundation at 704-973-4515, or Clint Hill with United Way at 704-371-6359.
I just want to underscore what Michael has said. Make sure you have all of that straight in that contact information. Visit helpclt.org to give today, or if you're giving as a corporation or foundation, feel free to contact Catherine Warfield at the Foundation for the Carolinas, 704-973-4515, or Clint Hill with United Way, 704-371-6359. I also join Michael in thanking Lending Tree in the City of Charlotte. Because of their generosity, we start this fund with $2 million. And as someone who works with a lot of nonprofits every day, I can promise you this will go a long way to make a huge difference in the community. The foundation and United Way will continue to, oh, I'm sorry. I also joined, no, sorry, I was in the right spot. The Foundation of the United Way will continue to update the public as the fund grows, and we look forward to sharing with you how the money will be used. I promise we will be efficient, effective, and impactful. We also urge everyone to listen to their local leaders and health professionals, as the mayor underscored, and follow their instructions when it comes to how best to stop the spread of COVID-19. Now is the time for our community to come together, even as we are asked to stay apart. Remember, there are a lot of our neighbors who will be adversely affected by the virus, even if they never contract it. So one more time, if you give, please join us by giving at helpclt.org. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.